Good evening, welcome to game number 1 between Pulse and KP. We will see 2 games between the 2 teams for GosuLeague Division 1 Season 5 Playday 1. The last of the first four matches that have been happening for the Division 1 matches for this season, and I will not be alone, I will be accompanied by Purge. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you, thank you.
What are you expecting from the team?
Should be some sweet matches here.
Yeah.
Kaipi is really good. They got second place in Division 1 last season, and that turned out great for them. They lost to Navi. They currently had some player adjustments here, losing. Who is the main one? God, we just mentioned his name. Do you remember the guy who left Kaipi? Fada left Kaipi. He was previously picking for them, I believe.
Yeah.
But I'm a little curious about that because they were playing very well, but maybe just some instability issues. And other than that, Pulse recently also joined, maybe not also, but they recently joined Division 1, getting back up there since they were infused. They got pushed down to Division 2 after a rough Season 2, I believe. But now they're back into Division 1, and they've been performing really well lately, so I'm sure this game is actually going to be very, very high-skilled.
Yeah, I hope so too. Well, we just saw a performance from Pulse that was not really ideal, so maybe they are a bit more prepared this time, or at least a bit more cautious, so we're gonna see how that affects their gameplay. But like you said, I mean, KP, yesterday they had matches for the what's it called, for the preliminaries for Star Ladder Season 4, and they were not able to make it through there. They ended up being third place, and they needed to be first or second to make it through. So losing to No Tidehunter and to We as Asian were the ones that beat KP. To give you an indication, though, MTW ended up 5th or something like that out of the 8 teams that participated, maybe 7th even.
And No Tide is really good. Pulse recently actually lost to them in the Aver Media Cup. They lost in a best of 3. And who was the other team other than No Tide? It was, I'm sorry, We Has Asian, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, that's a Division 2 GosuLeague team, and they're extremely good as well. If they don't make it up into Division 1 soon, I'd be very surprised. They almost made the cut last season, but I think they lost to Empire or something like that. Empire, one of the best European teams right now, so it's understandable. So We Has Asian is at a tough time trying to make it up in Division 1, but I'm just trying to say, it's completely understandable that they lost to those 2 teams, both very good teams.
Yeah, and I mean, We As Asian, you said it just now, but they actually only lost 1 game the entire Season 4 of GosuLeague, and that was to Empire. The rest was all won by them. But we're going to see KP in action. Let's see how they're doing indeed without their former captain. We're not going to see a Wisp, nor a Templar Assassin, nor a Darkseer, and a Bounty Hunter also banned out. Undying first pick up by Pulse, and Batrider by KP. And a Keeper of Life.
Now, Pulse does really like high aggression strategies. They like to make engagements or be a little aggressive with their playstyle, so the Undying pick makes sense. And all of the other really, really good heroes are banned out. There's going to be no Wisp craziness going on TA, so at least they won't have to worry about a strong soul mid. And Darkseer, obviously, his AoE combos are fantastic. And the last hero, Bounty Hunter, one of the hardest heroes to shut down in the long lane. You have to buy lots of sentries and put a lot of effort into shutting him down. So with the Undying pick, they're going to have a great lane, possibly a strong tri lane, and they should be able to go aggressive and have a good advantage. But the downside is that Kaipi immediately responded with a Keeper of the Lane. That's a support pick that's almost always drafted to try to shut down tri lanes of a sort.
Yeah, and I'm actually also maybe thinking that Keeper of Light might be picked up just to make sure that Pulse doesn't get him, because a Keeper of the Light Undying lane, that is a very deadly lane. More push coming out from that one. But yeah, Keeper of Light, like I said, counter push in the house for KP. Is Shadow Demon actually the one that gets picked up by Pulse? Interesting.
Well, it doesn't really stack very well with Undying in a lot of ways. They can keep somebody alive for a couple seconds and catch somebody out of position, but considering that Undying is already limited on disables, I'm surprised they would also grab a Shadow Demon there. But regardless, third pick is going to be a Jakiro. This could be a tri-lane. Shadow Demon, Jakiro, Undying, relatively quite strong tri-lane, but I'm not sure. Maybe that's what we'll see. But it could be maybe a dual lane. They could do Undying Jakiro dual lane with a Shadow Demon plus carry or something like that. I'm not sure what they'll do. Yeah,
they have a lot of options. I've also seen Undyings in a long lane solo by himself. He is of course able to survive there with that heal. But yeah, interesting. If that's indeed going to be a tri lane, I don't think I've ever seen something like that before. Not with a Shadow Demon there anyway. But let's see what KP is going to pick up as a return. I mean, do they want to go for a dual lane / tri lane also, or do they want to secure something else? They could pick up a jungle hero and ban out the rest. They pick up the Nature's Prophet though, pushing power in their hands right now.
And one of the few teams that actually drafts Nature's Prophets right now. It could be jungle, possibly a long lane as well. If he's up against the Undying, I'd be a little worried for him because he is going to be at threat of dying there. But if he jungles, just go for the safe Midas. We'll give them counter push in case Pulse ends up going for different directions. Undying pretty good at pushing just because he can clear creep waves very easily, or at least scare you away from engaging. Kind of similar to Tinker's March and the Machines. You drop the tombstone and people don't want to walk into that. They'll just say, well, I guess they've got that tower, have fun.
Yep, that's the way it goes indeed. Of course, I mean, KP fighting fire with fire for this game so far, at least, but with what they pick up. We have already got a Tidehunter ban out, of course, a really good one. If KP starts pushing and they have a Tidehunter with there as well, of course, that's the threat of a team fight starting, and now they can actually try to counter push a bit, or at least to maybe force out their own team fight if they have that hero to do that with, but at least they won't be having a Ravage that they're going to be walking into. Sven being banned out as well as the Broodmother, more invisible heroes being banned out for the long lane solo.
So that's what Kaipi does not want to deal with this game, I suppose. And it makes sense. I mean, the sentry wards that you have to purchase to shut down the long lane can be a pain. And if it's something easy like a Windrunner, and I say easy as in comparatively, it's quite easy to shut down a Windrunner if you just have one support here dedicated to harassing them at level 1. So if you don't have to deal with the invisible, there's no way really for them to take an acceleration, or at least to catch up if your support is playing effectively. So the invis heroes are definitely the ones that are hard to deal with.
Yeah, and Magnus now also being banned out. And actually, I just sent a message to the admin for the people that are watching right now that this game is indeed not visible in the in-game client so far. So we're probably going to have a remake after this one.
Okay. Well, good thing you caught that one at least.
Yeah.
That would be not a good thing. Maybe it was something, maybe it got messed up because the host left or something,
Yeah,
and I didn't rechange it or something. Could have been something like that. Sven banned out next, and then we see Juggernaut banned out finally for Pulse. So Pulse doesn't want to deal with any really strong early game heroes, and it kind of makes sense. Juggernaut is relatively good against Undying in the early game. He does have the magic community, so he doesn't have to worry about decay if he can dodge it, or some of those other things. So could also encourage a early game strat out of Kaipi. They don't have that much early push other than the Keeper of the Light and the Nature's Prophet, but if they put a Jug on that with a healing ward and then maybe something like a Leshrac, then it could look kind of scary for Pulse.
Indeed. I'm wondering what the last ban for KP is going to be going there. They're taking their time for it also, but I have no idea what Pulse wants to go for. Like, normally you have an idea what they want to be doing with that. Maybe still 2 solo lanes I would expect then, but like, normally you would have a bit of character in the game, a bit more than they have right now, but so far there's so many possibilities still left that I have no idea.
Yeah, I completely agree, and we can see this in the second round bans. We normally see carry bans there, but considering the amount of long lanes and solo heroes that are getting banned rather than just like hard carries and support heroes, it's a little different than what we normally see out of a typical game. So you're totally right. The action heroes are gone. If you look at Kaipi's draft, you don't really know what they're doing. They have a support Keeper of the Light, they have a Bat Rider, which is going to cover them against some mid options, and they have a Prophet, which can either be jungled or long lane. So at the moment, I don't know if Pulse really knows what's going on, but they just kind of ban out those typical early game or strong heroes, the Sven, the Tidehunter, as well as the Juggernaut.
Yeah, and the same thing goes for Kaipi, of course. I mean, they even ban out the Magnus. Surprising at that, but still doing it, and the Queen of Pain as well. Of course, the solo lane is still there, so still expecting solo lanes coming off from Pulse. Of course, that is the most logical one that Pulse still could need, as they're now ticking into their bonus time. Only 30 seconds left, almost, and that's all the time that they have left for this game so far. And we're gonna see a Mirana pick up. Now that could be mid and solo, I guess.
I'm guessing what's gonna happen is gonna be a Pulse tri-lane of Shadow Demon, Jakiro, Mirana. That's a great tri-lane. You can set up arrows with Shadow Demon's Disruption. You can follow it up with a Mirana arrow or an Ice Path. But all those skills, first of all, the nice thing is the range on all of them. So even if Jakiro's slightly out of position, you can still probably line up the Ice Path at the right time, and then maybe follow it up with an arrow. I think that's what the tri-lane is going to be, so I'm expecting to see an Undying solo, which is a little surprising, but we have seen a couple Undying long lanes, actually. I have, at least in the last couple days. I think I've seen 2, one from Complexity, and another one from Navi, actually, did a long lane Undying solo. So it's getting popular. Maybe we'll see something like that at Pulse.
Yeah, it could definitely be a possibility. I actually saw earlier that today a Mirana lone lane solo didn't work out all too great, however. It was actually... I was thinking, maybe it was Light of Heaven trying to play that. No, it wasn't. It was a different game. Never mind. But it was the Mirana lone lane solo. ended up being a semi carry for the team. A very long game. Don't remember the teams. That's very bad. Oh well. Yeah. But KP, what will they answer? Also taking into bonus. And also like that's the result of not really knowing what your opponent is gonna do. I guess like you don't really know what you're gonna be picking up or what you're supposed to be countering with your lane. So it just takes a lot more time.
And it's very wise if you think that they're going for a push strat to not pick a super hard carry, because if they would have drafted something like an anti-mage, then Kaipi could have just said, okay, well, guess we're going all in on push, and we'll just crush them before the 30-minute mark. But instead they grab a Mirana, which is definitely more of a semi-carry, and they don't reveal too much of their strat.
Yeah, now KP, they do show something. Phantom Lancer, Keeper of the Light Lane, that will be the call for KP. We still could have a Nature's Prophet in the jungle, we still could have him on a solo lane as well, and then having a trial lane with Keeper of Light Phantom Lancer is all still possible, but Keeper of Light Phantom Lancer, now already known, could be on hard lane even, a very annoying combination to face. There's no... I mean, what are you gonna do against a Phantom Lancer spamming out his lands every single time because he's got infinite mana from the Keeper of the Light?
I don't know if Mirana can leap dodge those or not. I guess they could hypothetically try to aggressive trialing it. It's a little dangerous though, because if the Illuminates land on a couple heroes and Phantom Lancer is still allowed to spam your supports, are going to run out of regen very, very fast. But it is going to be difficult. The disadvantage to the Phantom Lancer Keeper of the Light Lane is that PL doesn't scale very well into the late game. And well, alright, his mid game is pretty weak generally, and even his late game sometimes an issue. Visage is actually going to be the last pick for Pulse. That's a hero we have rarely seen in the pro scene, like less than 5 games total, and cool to see Pulse drafting him here.
Yeah, and actually I have to say the only times that I have seen him is on a trial lane, so maybe we're gonna see a Shadow Demon solo lane. I have seen that before, and he can be very, very dangerous in the mid game as well if he finds a solo target, because that's the deal. If he has more than one target, he's not gonna be surviving, but if he finds only one, that target is dead. But what about a Visage Akiro Mirana lane, Undying solo long lane, and Shadow Demon solo mid? It could be. Invoker, last picker for KP. So we are going to see a Nature's Prophet inside that jungle, and we do
lead up into initiation. I think Shadow Demon Jakiro Miranda sounds a lot stronger. Is my internet cutting out?
Slightly, but we are going to have a remake. I still heard you, by the way.
Okay,
So
good.
But yeah, as said, remake, because we're going to make sure that this game is visible inside the Dota 2 client if you have purchased a ticket, which you can of course do, because it is very cheap. You can buy it for $1. You'll have all the games of season, of all seasons actually, of Division 1, all the games up all the time, and it's only $1. It's like infinite games for that.
And we've only had that since the previous season, correct?
Yeah,
or has it been 2 seasons in? So this will be the
season.
second season now.
Second season that you get.
Yeah. So lots of awesome games that you guys can check into.
Yep. And if you buy the ticket now, you can also see the VODs of the previous game. Previous games of the previous seasons, yeah.
Alright, so interesting picks. Visage, a hero we almost never see. Very good in a tri lane if you guys don't understand where his strengths are. The reason he doesn't see a lot of lane-wise win ratios so low right now is because there was a period of time in Dota 1 where Visage was one of the top picks, and the reason was because you throw him in a tri lane, you do damage to your opponent's heroes, and then you get a soul assumption for 200 damage. And you can cast that quite often, assuming you have the mana for it. So the hero was essentially completely nerfed and buffed, or mostly nerfed, based on his strength in a tri lane. In any other situation than a high-level pro game, he has a lot of issues. He doesn't have a hard disable. He's limited to a mediocre slow and a big nuke damage that's required for damage to be done heroes first. So if he's in any other lane situations, he can see issues. But I don't know who's going to be playing this game on Pulse, but I expect it's going to be someone really good, because it takes quite a decent amount to play Visage on a high lane, or a high level. We might even see Bats roaming to go gank other lanes while he's busy farming or supporting allies. And I'm really excited to see how this turns out. I hope it actually works out for Visage, because I would love to see him get played some more.
Yeah, and actually, right at this time, I'm reading the chat, and I hear that the game that started as an item was a game for Dota 2 League from EG. It was EG versus Empire. EG picked up a Visage, and they were able to win a game with that. Sorry for spoiler, people, but it happened. And we're able to own with a Visage, so 2 Visage games at the same time almost. Interesting. It does get picked up a lot more then, but yeah, I mean, if it's a short game, Visage is
what are the
so much
chances?
easier to play than if it's a long game. And yeah, what are the chances indeed? And we do have the
So,
load in.
look at my internet is going crap right now.
No, I hear
Is that
it.
a fact?
I hear it. Your voice
Okay.
is indeed not very clear anymore, but that's fine. It will be probably back to normal. The last couple of times when you had that and you just continue talking, it smoothed out. So you can just talk a while and then it will smooth out. Go.
Okay, speaking, talking. Okay, drafting is happening. Let's check out the players playing in the game. Dang it, I can't open any of the things. I was gonna read that, but I'm just waiting on 2 picks from Pulse here. The player EGM is gonna be playing the Visage on Pulse here, one of the most talented players on the team. Well, previously on the team that is. He's currently sitting as a stand-in, but I don't know. I assume he's gonna be thrown into a trial lane. They might see a solo Mirana. We might see a solo Shadow Demon. I'd be more surprised to see. I guess at this point, Visage, Shadow Demon, and Jakiro is the most likely. I think is what we'll see with a solo Mirana and a solo Undyne. And I think they might even go aggressive. It might be a little scary against a Cupid like though. So we'll have to see what Pulse does for their laning.
Okay, it did not really smooth out all that well, but it still was better than when you started talking, I guess. But yeah, I like it. I like
Alright,
what you said with the Visage going on the indeed the aggressive trialing, which we have seen a lot more lately as well. Just put an aggressive trialing against whatever duo or trialing you have and hope for the best. But Visage is a hero that, of course, in Dota 1 as well, from what I've been told, he was the hero for the aggressive trialing. The one that you can dive with and then just nuke that what's it called, the soul assumption with, and then just kill off your opponents in one hit. Well, half a hit, I guess, or at least, yeah. You know what I mean.
Just one-shot people.
One-shot people with that soul assumption. Let's see who's playing what. I'll introduce Pulse. Well, you already saw Eggum, indeed, or otherwise known as Doni or EGM, formerly infused, now standing in for Pinoy, playing the Visage for Pulse. Wagamama is going to be playing the Undyne. Wagamama, of course, the hero that, or the player that is normally on a long lane solo, but looks like they're going to be having a dual lane top for now. We're going to have Fishbone playing Jakiro this game, of course the support hero, with Mini on the Shadow Demon, also a hero that normally plays support. And Mini, actually, he has got Iron Branches. He looks to be going for a fast bottle, looks to be going mid Shadow Demon. And
Yeah,
last
I
one.
think it's gonna be mid Shadow Demon.
Yeah, last one, Region.
Oh, terrible. Oh, sorry, go for it.
Yeah, your internet is a bit terrible indeed. It will be fine again. Are you able to see when it smooths out or not?
I'm able to do what? I can't hear you very well. Actually,
Okay.
I'm losing some of your audio. Could you try restarting Skype call, and then we'll go over. I'll go over real
That
quick.
sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan indeed.
We'll give it a shot. Right.
Okay. And of course, the last one for Pulse is Region on the Mirana, and then we're gonna have a recall. Let's see how that's gonna work out. If that's gonna work out. Here's hanging up the call, and here is calling again. You will hear some calling sounds. Sorry for that, but at least hello, welcome back.
Okay. Hey, it sounds almost slightly better. We'll see.
Slightly better. I agree.
Yeah, it's about the same. All right, looks like it is gonna be a dual lane. Jakiro going to support Mirana on bot lane versus a dual lane of Keeper of the Light PL, surprisingly. It is mainly on the mid lane as Shadow Demon. Very, very rare that we see this, but when Shadow Demon first came out, he was well decided to be one of the best solo heroes in the game and very, very annoying to play against. So it's pretty cool to see Pulse do this.
Yeah, you are really breaking up a lot, I'm sorry. But yeah, RNM playing the Invoker mid lane indeed. First the Shadow Demon, already some harassment being thrown out there. He is going for Quest though, so he is going to be able to survive a lot more. Cold Snap is already on there as well, more harassment going down. And we'll be forcing Mini back slightly. So this, I think they're pretty even at that point. Both don't really have a solid escape yet. Of course, Invoker will have invisibility soon, and Mini can disrupt someone to try to run away from that, or disrupt himself even. But I'm really interested to see how this lane is going to be working out. So far, it's still fairly even, and we can't really see anything yet from the last hit there.
I am scared to speak.
Yeah, I know. You can just try though. Like if it's too bad, I will interrupt you. It's just that simple.
Okay. All right. Interrupt me then. All right, on the top lane, Wagamama plus the Visage is the dual lane. They're actually up against a solo Rider, which gives them a pretty solid advantage. And they were actually planning on this. They both came to lane with magic sticks. That means every single time that he casts Sticky Napalm, they get 15 HP and 50 mana, and double that because there's 2 heroes. So that's a big disadvantage for him. And not to mention they have big nuke potential from Undyne. If they do, they will be able to get him quite low. He's going to use the Guardian Grapeshell, looking for a soul assumption. Possibly he can get up to 3 charges. He's not going to be able to. he'll back off in this, just maybe. Down 3, oh, here comes the chase. DK starts things off, nothing. Okay, he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, and the salve actually popped by the Visage to help him stay alive. He still could have used the stick charges, but rather using that later on. As we'll probably be seeing another dive coming off shortly, because if they want this dual lane to be working out, they need to kill him. And there's the Gravesteel already, and they want to go for him. There's a decay as well. Is there going to be more? There should be more. This might be turning into First Blood. Not going to be happening just yet. Decay is too long cooldown for now, and he will be backing off. It will be Slasher that will be, or Slashes, I guess, that will be backing off on the Batrider. And actually is out of regen, so being forced entirely out of the lane.
Oh yeah, we forgot to go over the entire team player. So while you're playing Phantom Lancer, we have Zara on the keeper light. Mid lane is going to be our men playing the Invoker. Jungling is Pylai Dai playing Ishprof. And the last player we just saw was, what the hell is that? Are those Slashes?
Slashes.
Yeah, Slashes for Batrider.
We can call them Slashes, yes.
Okay, Slashes it is. If we take a look at the last stats on the mid lane, Booker is sitting at 6 and 4, whereas Wow is sitting at 14 and 11. Mini is absolutely crushing on the mid lane, doing a great job picking up his boots. His bottle is going to get bottle crowed back. He's currently on mana, and he is going to be doing the max Shadow Poison build. Mirana gets killed on the bot lane in the meantime. That was Regen getting killed by Wall Eater as well as Zar. Cruz got the last hit.
Yeah, actually, I was at that lane, decided to swap away from it, and unfortunately missed that First Blood still. But, well, I guess it's a clear example of Keeper of Light with a Phantom Lancer. We know that lane, we know that it's dangerous. Infinite Lances, and that will just, even Mirana would not be able to leap away from that one, because as you said earlier, she's actually not able to leap away from Spirit Lance, or at least it will chase her down and will kill her off, as Nature's Prophet actually killed off the Shadow Demon in the mid lane, coming in for a gank, having his Treants helping out, and of course Invoker's Cold Snap definitely working out there as well, as no mana anymore by looks of it for the Shadow Demon for a disruption to help save his life.
Yeah, that was really rough for him because he was waiting on his bottle to come back. He was out of mana completely, and he had pretty low HP as well. But the dive came at the right time. The cold snap and the Treants, and there was no way that he was going to survive that. So that was just a great gank from Kaipi there.
Indeed, and your voice is it's starting to get slightly worse here, as Wall Eater is gonna take a lot of damage here. Illuminate actually doesn't hit. Is there gonna be more coming off from Fishbone? There is an Ice Path, hits on the Keeper of the Light, but no follow-up there, as Mirana is too far away. Might be able to land an arrow still, is gonna try, is gonna miss, and is gonna be, well, backing off again. Disappointed for not getting a kill there. Jakiro backing off as well, has got out of regens for him. Mirana still has a self, has got a magic stick as well, and will be backing off now again as well. It's got boots already, no boots yet on the Jakiro, who just picked up a magic stick in return as Visage. What are we doing? I am missing like all the kills right now. This was the chase that finally worked out. Batrider going down on the side of Visage.
Man, my internet is terrible right now. I can like barely understand you here.
Oh, that's...
I assume it's comparable.
Yeah, it is, unfortunately. Yeah, I've been told that apparently TeamSpeak uses less bandwidth, but that would be maybe something to check out for Game 2.
Yeah, I don't think that's worth doing in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
Do you want me to just back out? You can solo cast this one. It might be for the best, I think.
I think so too, unfortunately, yeah.
Okay. Alright, go do it.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, also.
Nothing. Alright, have a good game. Bye.
Later. Which will mean that oh, Phantom Lance going down. Will mean that I just remove this one for a second. And that is, well, let's hope that I'm not going to miss any more kills then. Going to be able to focus more on the game. We see Regen getting a lot of harassment. We see a bit how it happened. Still a kill on the top lane. Visage picking up the Batrider again. Nature's Prophet now getting a lot of harassment. Visage can actually do this still if he wants to, and he has Undying by his back as well. There's the decay. There's the right clicks. Is there going to be more soul assumptions? There's the shield grave as well. Right clicks, and that's the soul assumption and the right click. Undying going down. The first skill that it didn't miss. Happy times. Nature's Prophet still picks up the Mirana though with his ultimate on the bottom lane. Stuff happening all over the map, and now R&M is going to be stunned up by the gargoyle soon. Is there going to be needed? It's not even going to be needed. One more hit needed, and it gets the kill. Visage killing spree. EGM picking it up. Been part of 4 kills out of the actually been part of 4 kills out of the 4 kills that Pulse have done so far. So making sure that he is at least the MVP of the game. Of course, all kills then on the top lane. Undying also involved in all kills. At the same time, on the bottom lane, it is Mirana that has been dying twice, with also, who else died there? It was the Invoker. No, it was the Shadow Demon that died, of course, once in the mid lane due to the gank. So, well, let's I just have to get my train of thought back for a second. That was, that is always the case when you swap around like that. Decay on the Batrider trying to run away, fly away rather, but the Shield Grave is on there, and that is the Soul Assumption, and now that's exactly the way that he got the kills earlier as well. This time though, this time he overextended, this time he went splat, and he went down, and he got killed off. Nature's Prophet taking the credit for that one. Level 8 on the Nature's Prophet right now as it's 7 minutes into the game, and the Gargoyle, this would be 100 gold if he gets it. He's not going to get it though, and he's not even going to try to chase it, as Nature's Prophet level 8 is actually really nice. He's been part of 4 kills out of the 4 kills that have been happening, has been getting the kill on the bottom lane on the Mirana while he was on the top lane, so getting the experience for that one as well. So doing a great job with that and making sure that he is actually out leveling mid, maybe even. Mid is level 7 still with the Invoker, as well as the Shadow Demon who was here. Mirana now rotating middle instead, and Shadow Demon also level 7. So Nature's Prophet highest level in the game for now. Wall Eater getting forced back again. Nature's Prophet ultimate also bouncing around, and that is the Visage again. What the hell, this top lane? Visage picking off another kill, making sure that he got revenge from his death earlier. And we will be checking out top lane a lot more now as the Ice Pad latches on the Batrider. There's going to be a Chill Grave again as well. There's a Dual Breath already hit, more slow, and that is going to be a kill again. And the Gargoyle should be able to get the kill there, or should it, or will it? Visage taking a lot of damage, flying over the hill, but he's being chased down by flying familiars. Is it going to be enough? 30 HP, he doesn't have enough attack damage. This Gargoyle, he needs so much more, and he's not going to get it. And Batrider for the first time really being able to get out of there, and it will be Visit that will be going down there. He will be killed off still by the tower. Of course, Invoker helping out. There's now also level 8 in the meantime. Mini taking a lot of damage. Mirana ultimate being used there, and he will be fine. Still lands a Shadow Poison Sentry Ward actually being placed there, but Mini should be safe for now. He's of course 2 versus 1 is not the ideal lane for him. He can hide himself should there be a Phantom Lance or Lance coming down. Look at that! This could actually be turning into a kill. Demonic Purge is on there. Soul Catcher is on there as well. Will it be enough? Yes, it will be enough. That is the power of a Shadow Demon. He will be able to get that one. And it will be Keeper of Light that has to back off, not being able to do anything anymore without his protege, the Phantom Lancer. And we will be seeing top lane again, because I am worried about this Visage right here. Who's now in the mid lane actually, and here it goes. Familiars, Sun is already on there. Invoker, arrow already hit from Mirana. Of course, the right click damage is still there, and he's gonna go down to the Soul Assumption as well. Hagen picking up the kill. In the meantime, Keeper of the Light this time does go down, or at least Shadow Demon goes down to the Keeper of the Light. This time, Nature's Prophet helping out, Batrider helping out. Lasso not there yet. Batrider still level 4, by the way. This game, it has got high aggression written all over it for now. I do think it will be different once the Visage is going to be getting a bit more levels. He will be not as... I mean, he scales a bit less good. Let's just put it that way. He scales a bit different than other heroes. He is a very strong early game, bit less later game, though it's of course still nice to have. He did pick up his Soul Assumption max level already, going for a mechanism, so we'll be jumping into a support role after, well, still that, just after all the kills. Tier 1 tower is going down both on the bottom lane and on the top lane. As for the last hits, we are going to check that very shortly. We see Wall Eater being top of the charts, being 49 for 23, followed up by the Nature's Prophet, who is of course also getting some jungle heroes there, so we can't really say anything about that one. As we have Invoker gonna try to run away, but will he be able to run away from a Visit? There's a Grave Steel, Tornado still hits, the right clicks from the Gargoyles hits as well. There's the invisibility, will be able to back off. Back off, back out, back off. Not a combination between those two words. CPN coming from the Batrider. Ice Pad gonna hit Min as well. Still level 5. No lasso just yet. Still invisible Invoker hanging around there. Do they want to go on this? They might actually do this. And that's actually the stacks already gone on the Gargoyles. That's something that's very important. And there they go, at least indeed. Because I mean, your Gargoyles do more damage if with their first hit than they do on their second hit, and then on their fourth hit, etc. As you can see, and it ticks down the more attacks they do. So if they start attacking creeps, that is not really ideal. Decay going off here, Nature's Prophet ultimate bouncing through as well. Do they still want to go on this? There's gonna be a 3 versus 3 battle if they do. Check out the gold graph real quick. It's still fairly even, almost 300 gold in favor of Pulse, as we have Tar getting picked off there by the Visage. That's going so fast, and now I'm dying. Picking up its golem form is gonna be Batrider that he wants. Decay is there, right clicks are there. Is it gonna be enough though? Is he gonna be able to get away this time? Yes he is. It looks like he is. Invisibility, or at least Mirana's ultimate helping out there for sure. Mirana was in the mid lane just continuing her farm. Of course didn't have that easy time on the bottom lane, but now at least getting some solid farm up on there. She's been getting getting nice amounts of gold. She's now 5th in the charts for the net worth. I'm gonna stick around with that chart, of course, as that is way more accurate to look at right now than the last hits, because of course you want to be able to see how people are doing with all the kills and towers that they are getting, not just with the last hits, because the last hit phase is kind of over right now, especially with the yeah. I mean, they're still getting the top lane mostly, I guess. Still making sure that they get the top lane mostly, but laning phase kind of is over, as we have still Phantom Lancer now by himself farming. That's of course the Phantom Lancer's thing. He's like, at this stage of the game, he's a less aggressive version of a... Ooh, wait a second, Visage. I'm not going to be able to get that. He's a less aggressive version of the Tombstone, and Nature's Prophet actually picked up the Jakiro. I'm going to follow this one though. EMP going through. Whoa! And that's going to be the Gargoyles, and that's going to be the kill. Undying actually getting the last hit from that. The K hits on 2 as Visage comes in from the side again. Has got it in a Soul Assumption for 3 stacks. If he wants it, 4 stacks right now. We'll be able to kill off that one. We'll be doing that as well. And that's another 3 stacks of Soul Assumption. That's R&M. We'll be able to get it. We'll be able to get more damage done. That is the Grave still helping out. And now the Soul Assumption is dropping away again. Will be have to be stacked up again. He's not going to be able to do that anymore. And here comes the Nature's Prophet coming in from the side, but here comes Mini as well, and that's going to be Invoker still going down for sure. Shadow Demon picking up the kill. Now Phantom Lancer TPing in, actually helping out. There's going to be a lance up on the Undying, slowing him down for now, taking his HP for a lot, but there's going to be a disruption and a Urn Charge helping out. Decay coming off straightly after Illuminate going through, and it will be Nature's Prophet that picks up the kill. And now Pulse on the way out. Soul Assumption full level though, but can't do anything with it. Shadow Demon getting slowed still by the lance. I don't think there's going to be any chance for him to back off. Nature's Prophet. Ice Path's not going to be helping out anymore, and now Visage. They might be overextending here. Actually, having said that, Bedrider actually is the one to drop. Buyback from the Shadow Demon. Nature's Prophet takes a Soul Assumption and goes down to the Visage, and the comeback is there. Ice Path latches in the Keeper of the Light, who is going to take a lot of damage and going to go down as well. And now it's Phantom Lancer on the way out, with the only one left alive, the Phantom Lancer and the Invoker. Invoker was not even there, and now Phantom Lancer does being used. Ice Path latches him in. Can they still go for it? Double Breath going through. Doppel Walk also. And their Macropyre as well. Is there going to be a Soul Assumption going to come out? Is it going to be enough? No Soul Assumption, not enough stacks, and he's not going to get it. And now Jakiro overextending. Will probably be going now. Flame Break helping out one more tower hit. No, the 6 charges help out, and that is the lance. The vision was there. Phantom Lancer picks up the kill, and now Visage being the one to be on the run for that one. And the fight just goes on and on and on. And now Visage, can he get out from this one? There is no mana leak on the Keeper of the Light. Flame Break is there if he wants to. Does he need to though? He might be. There's a TP in again from the Nature's Prophet. Will be landing a Sprout if he needs to. He has a Soul Assumption. Full stacks. Will be able to do massive amount of damage if he finds a target. If he chooses a target, who is he gonna find? The Mirana's ultimate. Actually, I think he's gonna go for staying alive rather than anything else. Gets away from the Illuminate and will be able to keep the stacks. Flame Break still hits though. There it is. Stick Charge is helping out. EMP going through. There's still the nuke. Gets a Bedrider, but goes down to the Invoker as well, as now the Tombstone is up. And Undying picks up the kill on the Keeper of the Light. This is just arena all over. They just keep fighting. And then, bro, right as I say that, of course, they stop fighting. That's the way it goes. Oopsie. Oh well. Shadow Demon. Let's see. Let's just make up the reports after that fight arena exchange, because both of the teams lost a lot of heroes. So it was mostly in favor of Pulse. They also got the tier 1 tower mid. Phantom Lancer actually still picking up Mirana. Where did he do that one? Bottom lane by himself with the double damage rune. That is not something that you want to see happening as a Mirana. You can leap away always. Maelstrom being built up by the Mirana, by the way. Interesting to note. But yeah, that's interesting to see, and it is Pulse that pulled away with that fight, but is losing some fights as well. 2k gold is really nothing at 60 minutes in the game in favor. Experience also not really that impressive. And it is, or at least impressive difference that is. It is still a very even game. They have just been exchanging kills. It is, of course, Pulse that got out slightly ahead there. Is it going to be enough to warrant them more than those fights? I don't think so. It is going to be continuing on even ground there as Undying moves towards the bottom lane. Because as I wanted to say before all that action happened, it is the Phantom Lancer that is a Mauler version of the Broodmother. He can be on the lane the entire time, farming up and pushing if there's nobody else on the lane, and otherwise just farming up. His priority is not pushing, his priority is farming, but he will push, and he can push. It should not be underestimated. Visage, he has got the Gem of True Sight. That is interesting to see, and it's going to be the illusion that actually scouts that out. Or did it? Well, he might not even have seen that. But the Gem of Truth up on the Visage. If he can stay alive with that, that will be a major difference for Pulse in their favor. As we see Visage, he picked up the mechanism, as we already saw that he built up. He has a Ring of Bacillus, he's got the threads, he's looking good. And the net worth-wise though, it is the Phantom Lancer that is highest up on there. He only died once so far, of course, on the top lane. Everybody at least died once. Mirana ultimate being used for the top lane. Should be able to get away from that one. But it is the Phantom Lancer that is highest up on net worth and is building towards that Radiance. Nature's Prophet with that ultimate, picking up second place, or the second place for the net worth graph, as we see the tier 1 tower on the top lane, bottom lane rather, going down. Top lane actually also going down though. The push is there, TP out from the Keeper of the Light towards the bottom lane to stop the pushing that's happening here. Pulse, they're not done fighting yet, they're not done pushing yet. It will be Golem Form being put up, Tombstone as well. Ice Pad, Keeper of Light goes down, first one to go. As we have got the Visage picking up the kill for that one, of course, because she can. He can. Is it a he or she? I'm not sure. And nobody coming in close just yet. We have a Bat Rider hanging around her. Does have a lasso, no more. The end doesn't have mana anymore. Buyback from the Keeper of Light. We do have the illusions of the Phantom Lancer hanging around tier 2, but the real one is actually in the mid lane, so he's not able to do anything. Tier 2 tower will probably drop. There's no defense here. It looks like KP, what they want to do is at least pick up something in return for them. That is a tier 1 tower in the mid lane. They are not going to get it though, or maybe they are. EMP going to go through, and they are going to try to defend it indeed, and they are indeed able to do that as well successfully. Not even in deny range for the tower. Has now two tier 2 towers left on the side of KP, with the tower on the bottom lane tier 2 also defended by Paul successfully. And then yeah, Gold Graph with that tower slightly going back up, but again that's really no big difference at all. Same thing goes for the experience still. But yeah, Radiance for Phantom Lancer. This guy can mean life or death for Pulse. Of course they have a semi-carry being the Mirana, but they have got kind of a mid-game lineup, and Mirana, even with the items that she goes for, with the Maelstrom, she goes for mid-game. So their goal is to not let Phantom Lancer get big enough and just continue to force that fights and otherwise take down towers instead, like they just did. It was like, come fight us or we'll take your tower, and they ended up getting the tower. We see Hood of Defiance up on the Undying, going for the tanky build. No real surprise, going to be getting a pipe with that, of course. And then we see Bat Rider. He's died 6 times on the top lane. Oh, this is a really sad bat. He still wants to get his Blink Dagger. He's died 6 times out of the 18 kills that Pulse has done so far. That is really painful for him to see indeed. As with this Blink Dagger, he'll be a lot bigger influence on the game than he is right now, as we have got the Decay going up, but Invoker instantly backing off. Invoker picking up a Void Stone, might be going for Yule Scepter, even though he doesn't have the X-Sword. Normally you see Yule Scepter on the Invoker when he goes for that combination of the Yule Scepter and then Meteor, Falling, Deafening Blast, etc, etc. But well, I'm curious to see what he's going to be getting with that. If it's indeed going to be Yule Scepter, or maybe even a Sheepstick if they want to do something with that Visage or something. Could be the case. Oh, Visage, who's going to go for more of these little things, more familiars. Picked up a point booster, so wants to go for Aghanim Scepter, which is of course giving him 1 extra familiar, 1 extra gargoyle, as I am still used to saying, because I know that there are gargoyles. It's a weird name though, familiars and gargoyles. Both are not easy to pronounce for someone that's not native English. It's like weird letters after each other. Gargoyles, familiars, I don't know, awkward. Anyway, Tornado EMP going through, not burning away too much mana though. Flame Break helping out, tier 2 tower. Illuminate going through, actually doing a lot of damage. The Mirana ultimate is active, so if they choose to chase, they can back off fast, but now it's gonna run out soon. The tower will still go down though, they go up. There goes the Decay, Ice Bat lands. Do they want to still fight? That's not with the Jakiro being so low, or do they? No, they don't. They back off. In the meantime, Nature's Prophet at least taking down something in return. Tier 1 tower in the mid lane going through. Pylai die, picking up that one. 1500 gold in his inventory now as he has a Hand of Midas. Let's see what he's gonna be buying next. So he is, of course, the semi-carry together with that Phantom Lancer being the carry. Phantom Lancer who does have the Radiance that we just saw. Him having that aura already. And we are gonna see well, Visage gonna find him, or at least, no, not yet. He, of course, still has a Gem of Truth set. There's only 1 tower left for Pulse to take down. It is gonna be their goal, of course, to take that one down as well. But after that, what are they going to do after that? They are not ready yet to push into the tier 3s, not when they haven't won a team fight, and that is something that KP is looking out for. They do not want to have one of those fights again. They don't need to. They don't have the lineup for that. They have a lineup to wait for Phantom Lancer to be big enough to carry everything, and right now their priority just doesn't lie in fighting. It lies in working around Pulse. working with Pulse to give them some space to try to do their thing, even though, of course, you know, or to make them think they're doing their thing. Let's just put it that one. And ooh, they're gonna still find someone though, as long as it's an illusion only. That's a bit of a shame. But in the meantime, they're just gonna make sure that they're not gonna be fighting. And Phantom Lancer indeed backing out of there as Mini looking for something, getting himself an invisibility rune. We'll find there's nobody around there. Doppelwalk there. This is a fake one, which Mini will find out again soon as well. And then yeah, trying to do some damage with the Radiance. And now they're just gonna continue pushing in. They could actually do this. They are gonna force out a TP back from the Nature's Prophet. Maybe even a TP from the Phantom Lancer. Keeper of Light already moving back again. Doesn't even have a TP. He's got Dust though. In case there's a Mirana ultimate that's trying to block their way out. And instead of going for another tower, they are going to go for the Roshan. And they will be getting that as well. Or unless, and I don't think that KP wants to really counter that. It's not really in their favor right now. The gold graph dropping back to 0, however, with that Phantom Lancer just farming away. Experience graph still 0 as well. Arrow, Ice Path not hitting anything. Illuminate going through from the other side. Tornado still hits them. Mirana ultimate being used, but they're not going to be going in on that one. KP just harassment for now. If Pulse would have gone for them instead, maybe they would have been able to find someone out. Maybe they would have been able to catch someone out in the backside and pick him off, but not gonna be doing that nice sling break. And Roshan will be going down. Bedrider is not gonna be picking up the Aegis, but it will be Jakiro that picks it up. Needs it instantly because he goes down, and he will be going down again by the looks of it, being left alone by his teammates. There's gonna be a Tornado and an Ice Path and a Dual Breath. Is there gonna be more? Yes, there is. They're chasing it down. In the meantime, Shadow Demon is already down. There's a Yule Scepter completed on the Invoker. Used to save himself. It won't be enough. One more hit needed, and it will be Visage that picks him off. And we will have Nature's Prophet also not able to move. Uses his mechanism. Not going to be enough. Visage double kill. And who is going to be next? Is it going to be Keeper of the Light? Who is going to be not locked inside an Ice Path? Tar still wants to throw out some Illuminates. Tier 2 tower goes down. Buyback from the Nature's Prophet. Needed as well, because this would be the perfect opportunity for Pulse to try to push into the Tier 3 tower. But they're not going to be doing that anymore. They're TP out. Wanting to stop this Phantom Lancer from pushing in. Phantom Lancer's got 2300 gold, building towards the heart, of course. And this was a fight. I mean, Pulse did win the fight, yes. It was 4-on-4 actually, because the Shadow Demon actually died to that Phantom Lancer right before he destroyed the Tier 2 tower on this top lane. And that's only one Tier 2 tower left inside the entire game on the side of Pulse. In the meantime, almost completed a pipe on the Undying, who is also be going for Aghanims. I'm not sure if that... It's upgradable by Aghanims. Well, I'm not sure. Well, it's nice. I don't normally see that, though. It's an interesting item. It's probably more tanky and stuff like that, so interesting to see. And, oh yeah, Scepter max damage, Sector max... Yeah, there we go. It increases everything, basically. And we will see him getting that. And just continue with the pushes, because they need those pushes. Like I said, they can't wait until this guy is too big, because that's just going to be deadly. And I mean, with this guy, I mean the real one, which is this one. 2900 gold in his inventory now, as we have got Nature's Prophet finding an illusion from the Undying. We'll be very proud to pick that one off. Picked up a Ultimate Orb, so going for a Sheep Stick there. We have got the Invoker, like we already saw. The Yule Scepter is complete. Not with the combination that we normally see, but he did already use it to try and save himself. Of course, it wasn't enough, not versus that Visage, who's still pretty much owning with his items. And actually got 3 familiars right now, or at least should be having 3. Seemingly only has 2 still. He's got one right here that we just saw. There we go, that's one. And this is, oh, this is 2 on top of each other. Okay, that's confusing. So that's 3 familiars on the side of EGM, on the side of Dooney. And we will be seeing him microing them to the max. Of course, with the Aghanim Scepter. We got Mechanism there as well. TP. No TP. No TP out. Well, TP out from the Nature's Prophet, of course, to just push down the tier, or push down the lane, where Mirana's going to continue fighting. Mirana, who still wants to go for Manta Style, needs that as well. Needs a bit more carry potential. The longer the game lasts, the more carry potential Mirana should have. Ooh, he actually didn't TP out. Now he TP's out only, but Marisian actually gonna be taking a lot of damage, and he TP'd to the front of that. Sprout doesn't latch, and there's an Nature's Prophet ultimate hitting. He is still alive though, gonna try to hit at the Vision is there, and that's the kill. And that is the death also. In the meantime, Yule Scepter doing that soul catcher still on there. Macropie, look at that damage. Shadow Demon picking up the kill. The Demonic Purge actually used for that. Such a short cooldown. Ken just used it for everything. An Evoker trade for a Mirana, actually fairly even, I have to say. But around this time is where you would expect to see the turnaround. As we've seen many games before, when you as a pushing lineup have taken down all the towers of your opponent, have taken down the Roshan, and it's time to push against those tier 3, the danger is to, well, there's two dangers actually. One, you can start pushing and not getting anywhere and just end up feeding your opponent to get the R. Ooh, wait a second, land Sprout as well. Nice TP there from Paladai. Even, oh, you missed that one as well. He's still going to be able to back out though. There's going to be a Soul Assumption going down. Gravesteel as well, extra movement speed for him. Still getting locked inside another Sprout, and then it's actually Nature's Prophet. It's going to take a lot of damage from the Gargoyles, and Phantom Lancer still picks up the Visage, but these Gargoyles, they still want to go for him. Not going to be able to do it anymore though. Well, going to be putting themselves into safety. Of course, it is 300 gold flying around right here. And they do not want to get that. They do not want to give that away. Here comes the courier, bringing the heart for the Phantom Lancer, and the tier 1 tower, tier 2 tower also of course already was down. Gargoyles will be backing off as well, but the push still comes, and there will be some defense needed, and will probably be Undying that picks that one up. But Shadow Demon in the meantime, top lane goes down. Bat Rider picking up the kill by himself. Shadow Demon that's not really ideal at all. As we have got the Jakiro, I mean, one by one, everybody of Pulse just getting picked off. They are all split up over the map, and just KP and his Sunstrike. KP will make good use of that, and here comes Wagamama now only hitting up on creeps and stuff like that. But we just saw top lane, Mirana getting picked off, bottom lane, it was the Visage getting picked off, middle lane, Jakiro getting picked off. What is with that? Pulse, that should not be happening right now. That should just not be happening. They should be having way more control over the map, or at least maybe they think they have more control over the map, but then they don't, because Nature's Prophet can just be anywhere right now. So what I was saying earlier is this is also the difference, the danger, not pushing in at all towards the opponent team, and just waiting for their carry to be too big to deal with. And that's this guy. That's Wall Eater. That's the Phantom Lancer, and he is getting big. Don't get me wrong. He is getting very big. So it is going to be very dangerous for Pulse right now. This is a small window that they have, and it is slowly closing. We're gonna see it though. We're gonna wait and see if they can do it. They have got 4 heroes in the mid lane right now. They are only missing 1, and that is the. Oh, actually, they have 5 then. Yeah, he was already in the mid lane. Visage and Undying. And yeah, everybody is here. So we're gonna see if they're gonna be able to push in, and if they're gonna be actually throwing their heads against a stone wall that won't budge. That's of course the case here. KP, they have a lot of heroes that are very good at counter pushing. We have an Illuminate, we have a Tornado EMP, Demonic Purge up on the Invoker, trying to pick him up. Ice Path will not hit. Dual Scepter helps out as well. They just go for the tower for now. Fortification goes off. Tornado goes through as well again. Nature's Prophet TPing in to help his teammates out. From the back, we might have a Bat Rider soon, as he is hanging around here looking for a Blinken and a lasso back, but it will be Pulse that backs off as the first one. Will KP try to get some heroes on the backside? They might be able to, as there goes the lasso. Visage is going to be the target. He's going to be putting the disruption, though, helping him stay alive for now. Blinding Light helping out as well for the Dire side for now, backing off. Arrow still hits on the Bat Rider, though, and he will go down as the first one. Illuminate still hits through once more. Tornado as well. EMP as well, and Jakiro actually very low. Now has to back off, doesn't have a TP, just has to start flying, and it will be landing an Ice Path to make sure he doesn't get chased, but it will be a TP in from Nature's Prophet that will still pick him off, as we have the Invoker going down by Visage, because we can imagine how that would have gone. So 2 for 1 right now, and Visage and Mirana still not backing off. There is no Mata Cell yet up on Mirana. That would help actually a lot to get just those hits on the tower that they would get from the illusions there. Illuminate going through, and they will be backing off now with the TPs coming in as well. And here comes the Phantom Lancer. The first time that he shows himself, stops himself from farming, because what he did in the meantime was this. He took down the barracks on the bottom lane, and put in the favor for, ooh, Paladai will be going down, bam! No, actually doesn't hit just yet. Courier in the midst of all of this will be flying away, and this is Familiar's not been getting that damage anymore. Phantom Lancer now big enough to take on KP's team. They pick up the Visage, they got the barracks, they end up defending their own tier 3 tower, and they are looking scarily good for KP, or at least Pulse is looking in some danger right now for sure, as we see the gold graph plummet towards favor of KP. experience graph a bit less drastical, but still, I mean, there's not been that many kills. There's been more gold than kills, more towers than kills, more control than kills. Let's put it that way. 3k experience in favor of KP still, of course. They picked up the last year as well, picked up the Visage kill as Nature's Prophet picks up the side of Vice, so able to deal with the Visage or the Mirana, whichever one gets too big to deal with. Mirana does have a Manta style now ready for the next fight, but will it be in time? That's the question. Will Pulse be able to still get their pushing together? Because that is going to be the question. For the people asking, by the way, we are going to see 2 games between these 2 teams. It is a GosuLeague Division 1 match. GosuLeague is a league system, so everybody faces each other twice. At the end of the season, the team with the most points wins the league, and the league is only a month long, so after that we have got another league again. And well, if you want to find out more about that, go to gosugamers.net/Dota2, and on the right side of the page you'll find a GosuLeague Season 5 link. Just click on there and you'll find out everything that you want to know about that. Also about the other divisions, and well, the possibility to work your way up, because that's the way it works. You start in Division 3 and you work your way up to Division 1 if you're good enough. That's of course something that you need. As a smoke up here for Pulse, and we're following them trying to find a target. This is only illusions, and they realize that now as their smoke doesn't get popped off. The real one is on the top lane pushing there. And they are going to go elsewhere, though. They're going to look for another target. Are they going to find someone? I don't think so. There's 2 heroes in the over in the Radiant jungle for KP. There are 2 heroes in the base for KP, with Nature's Prophet doing some threatening TPs there. And it will be the TPs that are going to get forced out again. And the real Phantom Lancer, where did he go? He went to the middle lane. And yeah, we do have everybody again of Falls just roaming back towards the mid lane again, towards their base. They do pick up a lot of farm in the meantime, though. A lot of these Ancients going to go down, as Roshan is going to get picked up by Pylai and his accomplices, and that will be the Roshan going towards KP. And that will be another waiting game, as, I mean, Roshan is like the thing that you need to make sure that you can indeed take a fight. Like, if it's an even game, or even situation, as it is, slightly in favor of KP though, but it's, on the other side it's also a bit even. The Aegis can just tip the scales, making sure that KP might be feeling comfortable enough to actually do the pushing themselves. Or maybe they're just going to continue doing what they have been doing, waiting for Pulse to show their aggression, to make, because they know that Pulse knows that Pulse needs to end it soon, otherwise it's gonna get out of control with that Phantom Lancer on the opposing side, who's got 4.4k gold already and picked up a Diffusal Blade as well. And now mid lane action going off, Illuminate going through, Nature's Prophet tipping in, turns still dying into a Piglet, and there's gonna be disruption though, trying to save his life. Mirana's ultimate helping out as well, but there is a dust somewhere. Are they gonna use it? Sar already dead though. Vich is making sure that happens, and now Nature's Prophet as well, as Jakiro picks up that kill, and Undying backing himself away, should be fine. You'll Scepter up on the Invoker, who still is going to get a Soul Assumption if the cooldown is there, and there's the invisibility. Will be able to stay alive for now. Gem of Truth had dropped on the floor somewhere, as we have got Mirana trying to get away, and there is actually the Phantom Lancer still alive, but the fight has been so split up, actually working in favor of Pulse. Sunstrike going to be happening somewhere, not going to be getting a kill apparently, as we're going to see Mini getting picked off here. No real surprise there. He turned in the wrong illusions. He disrupted the wrong one. He disrupted an illusion, not the real one. TP out still happened, of course, for the Fish. Is able to stay alive for now. So it was only the Shadow Demon that died there for Pulse. But the fight, actually, I was quite surprised to see that so many heroes off KP still dropped so fast. But that Phantom Lancer just not able to do enough damage in a short period enough of time, and the fight, having this fight spread out, actually worked a lot in Pulse's favor. As I said, there's only one Wall Eater, and well, he was not where the kills were happening for Pulse. And the defense for the tier 2 tower is there as well, as Visage gonna get healed up. Arrow is not gonna hit anything anymore. We still have the Invoker there, Keeper of Light as well. Ice Path gonna hit nothing. Wall Eaters hanging around there as well. They cannot really go in on that though. Or can they? They think they can. They are. They will. There's a Grave Seal on the Invoker. There is a Golem as well, but Wall Eater, this is the real one. I'm not sure if they realize that one, as he gets locked inside an Ice Path. It will still be Jakiro that will be going down there, as Jakiro picked up the Invoker before he died. Still with Visage able to land something. He has to find the real one, has to find the real Wall Eater, gets a Bed Rider instead, and now he gets a Diffusal Blade and the right click, and he should probably be going down, as we see Invoker trying to get away from that one as well. And Visage still alive for now. Another lands, and that actually picks him off. Triple kill for Wall Eater right now, and this is the last one alive. Ultra kill for Wall Eater. picking up 4 heroes on the side of Pulse, and they are going to be able to push into the tier 3. Are there buybacks at all for Pulse? Yes, there is one on Visage, but just one Visage is not going to be able to cut it, and they know it too. And they're going to be able to lose it, or they're going to be losing the tier 3 tower. They're going to be losing the barracks. There's no fortification anymore. And they will just have to wait and see when KP is going to be backing off. The window definitely haven't been closed. In the meantime, the barracks on the bottom lane also, of course, went down to the creeps. That happens if you leave them alone for too long. And we'll either actually... is he going to be going together with his team? No, he's going to be trying to farm the fountain. GG actually being called there. And that will be the first game. KP taking game number 1 from Pulse. So 1 point going towards KP. And we're going to see if Pulse is still going to be able to pick up game number 2. If they're going to be able to force out a point here from KP, or if KP is going to go home with 2 points for GosuLeague Division 1 Season 5, as they now get mega creeps as well. And we're also going to check if Purge's internet's maybe a bit better, or maybe we can find out TeamSpeak if that is indeed a better way to be having less lags and stuff on the stream, or on the voice trans thingy, using less bandwidth, whatever was said in the chat earlier. We'll find out that shortly. Stay tuned for another game between Pulse and KP, and we will be returning shortly, or at least I will, hopefully with Purge. We'll find out though. My name is Sheever, I'm a GosuGamers caster. Check out gosugamers.net/Dota2 for all your information about Dota 2, and for, of course, GosuLeague Season 5 in particular. On the right side of the page you will find a link to that. If you want to support me, please subscribe to my YouTube, youtube.com/SheeverGaming. Check that one out, as I do need the subscribers. I'm going for 5k. I'm not even at 3.5 yet, I think, so definitely need those. Anyway, be right back with another game of Dota 2 coming up. Pulse versus KP, game number 2 for the GosuLeague Division 1 Season 5 coming up next. Don't go anywhere.